Hello friends, welcome to 2D Games with Unity tutorial series. So far we have learned what is Unity Engine, how to create a 2D project and 3D project in Unity, what are some important and special folders of any Unity project and their purpose, how to save current scene, how to switch build platform or target platform in Unity. Then we started understanding Unity IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. We already understood title bar and 8 important panels with which we work most of the time and their purpose. In this tutorial, we discuss more about Unity IDE. Let me double click on this Unity icon. Click on the Unity 2D demo project. Here we have the Unity IDE open. In this tutorial, we are going to discuss the menu bar that you see here. We have different menus: file menu, edit, asset, game object, component, window, help menu. These menus are arranged in an order. Now how they are arranged in an order? Let's understand. If I need to create any game, first of all we are going to create a project. So you can see that we have options here in the file menu: new project, open project, save project. Then we are going to save the current scene. So we have the option here: new scene, open scene, save scene. Then we are going to switch the platform for which we want to build our project. So here we have the build setting. Then we can run and test. So we have all the options for the beginning step in the file menu. Then we have the edit menu. There we are going to have options for editing like undo, redo, cut, copy, paste, duplicate, select all. You can play, pause and step through the game while running. Also you have two important options here. First one is the preferences and the next one is the project settings in the edit menu. You should remember, project settings we use most commonly if we want to set up some settings on the project, like I want to set up the player settings, if I want to modify any physics settings or physics properties, graphics properties, we go to this place and modify. We discuss about the project settings little bit later. Now we are going to discuss about preferences. Now preferences is something like a personal settings on the Unity IDE. If I click on the preferences, you get this Unity preferences window. Now here you have the options like general settings on the Unity IDE, like auto refresh. You can get the help on the Unity preferences very easily by going to this help menu. I will show you soon. Auto refresh, whether the Unity should refresh automatically any modified assets and game scene objects. Yes, I want Unity to auto refresh. Whether Unity should load the previous project on startup or not. I don't want that, so it is not selected. The checkbox is not selected, you can see that. Compress any assets on import. Yes, Unity should try to compress any assets that we import. That is the reason it is checked. Show asset store search hints. Yes, I want Unity to show me the asset store search hints, like whether any asset that I import is a free or a paid. It should show me whenever I import any asset in this project panel. Next we have external tools option here. Now external tools means any external tools that we want to use with Unity. We are going to set up in this place, like external script editor. I am using MonoDevelop. You can see that I have configured to MonoDevelop. You can configure to any other software like Visual Studio. You can select in this place if you want. Editor attaching. Yes, I want the editor should be attached to the Unity so that any debugging should be done by the external editor itself. Next we have image application. If I want to work with any image, then that image should be opened with the software that I selected here. Like I have selected here Paint, MS Paint. So you can select any other image editing software by going to browse button, or you can select open by file extension. I am using Paint at present. Later we will see how to set up to Photoshop or any other image editing softwares and how we can use those softwares for working with images. Next I have set up here JDK location and the Android SDK location so that I can work with Android application. That means I can create games for Android platform. So here you have options for configuring the Android. Next I have colors option. Here we can select the default color of the editor, like what should be the background color of the scene, what should be the color of the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis lines. You can see those things. Then we have a grid color. What should be the grid color? We have many different color options that we can change according to our requirement. Then we have keys. Here you have some list of keys that you can work with, like the default keys you can change according to your requirement. Like we have a move key, shortcut is W, you can see that, rotate E, scale R. Then yeah, you can modify them if you want in this place. Then global illumination cache setup, then the cache server setup. To set up the cache server, you need to have a pro license to use the cache server. You can see that. Let me show the help. I go to help, click on Unity manual, and I am going to search for preferences, Unity preferences. Then I click on search button, and it has given me a small list. I click on this preferences link. Here we have the information regarding preferences. Unity provides a number of preference panels to allow you to customize the behavior of the editor. So you can customize your editor according to your requirement. I suggest you people to read this document page to get more information about preference. So help menu is very, very useful. You can get the help document, Unity manual document. You can go and you can go to scripting references and get help regarding scripting. Here we have welcome to Unity scripting reference, and you can start learning scripting in Unity. And if I click on help and Unity manual, it will go to the Unity manual, and you have set of options here. You can read properly and get more information on Unity. You can click on this plus icon and read what is project browser. Read the information about project browser. You can click on hierarchy link and you can read regarding hierarchy panel to get more information here. We discussed already about project panel, hierarchy panel, toolbar we are going to discuss soon. We discussed about scene view, game view, inspector panel, right? So I suggest you people to take help and read more. So that is what the help menu is. Now, so we understood what we get in the edit menu. If anybody asks where you get project settings option, where you get preferences option, you should be able to tell that we get the preferences and project settings in the edit menu. Once we set up the preferences, project settings, then we can import assets. So we can create any new asset if we want by going to create option here. We can create a folder. We can create any C# script or JavaScript script, create shaders, prefabs, materials, lot of assets you are going to create by going to create options. We have few options regarding assets, like importing any new assets. You can import any package if you want. You can export as a package. So anything related to assets you get in the assets menu. Okay, once you have the assets, then you can start bringing the assets and create game object. So that is the next menu. Now here you have the option to create 2D game object, 3D game object, empty game object. You can create different game objects. At present you can see that in our current scene we have only one game object, that is the main camera. Now main camera is the game object. We can see here that main camera has different components attached to it, like transform is a component, camera is a component. These are all components. Once you create a game object, you can extend the capabilities of that game object by adding the components to it. You can add the component by going to component menu, clicking on the add option, and you can add the component that you want. Even you can click on this add component button and add the component. Take an example that I have the main camera here. This main camera should be able to display the particle effects. I want to add a particle effect component to it. How do I add? I click on the add component, go to effect, I click on particle system. If I click, you can see that the particle system component is added to the main camera. Now my main camera can be able to create particles and move them. Can you see that? Also you can see that the main camera icon is visible in the scene view. But if you go to game view, you won't see the main camera icon, only particles are visible. You can see that point you need to remember. If you want to remove any component, you can just go to click on this gear icon and say remove component. If you click on remove component, that component is removed. So you can add the component, remove the component. If you want to know or get help about any component, like I don't know what is this transform component, then what you need to do means you need to click on these small help books icon. You can see if I click on this, automatically the browser will open and we get the help about that component. So here we have the transform component help. The transform component determines the position, rotation and scale of each game object in the scene. Every game object has a transform. That means any game object that you create, by default it is going to have the transform component attached itself. And transform indicates the position, rotation and scale. Can you see that? Here you get the detailed information about that component. So that is about the help option regarding components. How do you get help on components? The next is the window menu. There you are going to get different windows. You can see that. If any window is not visible, you can go to window menu and make it visible. As I told that we will be working with 8 different panels or windows most commonly. Here you can see only 6 panels are open. I can open the other 2 panels, like I can open the animation panel. You can see that. I can dock it properly by dragging and dropping. I am going to open the animator panel and I am going to drop it properly in the proper place. Here we have all the 8 panels. So window menu is helpful for opening any window, getting any window you can see. Also in the window menu, you have an option called as layout. Layout, also known as workspace. You can see few options here, 2x3, 4 split, default, tall, wide. Same options you get here in the toolbar also. This is the toolbar area. The gray area that you see here is the toolbar area. There you have a drop down box. This box is related to the layout. You can see here also you have 2x3 layout, 4 split layout, default layout, tall layout, wide layout. These layouts are used by different people, like designers might prefer 2x3 layout. Now 2x3 means 2 rows, 3 columns. Scene, game view arranged in a horizontal, hierarchy, project and inspector panels are arranged in a column wise. You can see that. You can see in different ways. This is a 4 split layout. This is the default layout. This is the tall layout. This one is the wide layout. Now as you can see here, I usually work in the default layout, but you can see that I need to open again animation and the animator window. So I need to go to window, click on the animation, place it in a proper place, go to window, click on the animator, place it in a proper place. This process I need to do every time, but I do not want like that. I want to set up my own layout. I want to set up my own workspace so that I can get these windows whenever I open my Unity. I do not want to open this animation window, animator window again and again. So you have the facility to create your own layout. How do you create that? You can go to window, go to layout, click on the save layout, or you can go to this drop down box and click on save layout. So if I click on the save layout, I get this save window layout option. Here I can give the layout name. I am going to give the layout name as my layout, L-A-Y-O-U-T, and I can click on the save button. Once I click on the save button, my layout has got saved with the Unity IDE. You can see that. I can switch to any other layout. If I go to 2x3 layout and if I come back to my layout, you can see that I have all the 8 panels available. I need not to open again animation and animator panel. So this is how you can create your own layout very easily. Set up the layout or arrange all the panels in a proper way according to your requirement. Then go to window, go to layout, click on save layout. Then give the name, click on the save button. That's it. If you want to delete any layout, you can click on the delete layout option here. If I click on the delete layout, we get the delete window layout option or the box. I can click on the layout that I want to delete. I want to delete the my layout. So I click on that. You can see that my layout is removed from this list. And if I go here, select 2x3 layout, and if I see there is no my layout listed here. So you can save layout. That means you can create your own layout and save. You can delete any layout. By mistake, if you delete layout or perform any modification, you can click on revert factory settings option. If you click on that, Unity says that Unity is about to delete all window layout and restore them to the default settings. Yes, I want to restore the layouts to their default settings. So I click on the continue button. Unity will restore properly. Now I have the option to select 2x3 layout, 4 split layout, default layout. If I want, I can create my own workspace and save it. So that is what we get in the window menu. Then you have help menu. There you are going to get any help. So that is all about the menu bar guide. Hope you guys have enjoyed information on menu bar. For this tutorial, this much is enough, friends. In the next tutorial, we get more information. For more benefits, please subscribe, like, comment and share. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Keep learning, keep coding, keep sharing.